and the Carolina Panthers. Teams have advanced to the divisional round, and one more will join them. Our final wild card game is underway. And he made a push for the 30-yard line before going out just a bit shy. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Now here's Cam Scatteroo on the ground. And look at this, 9 yards on a nice first down run.
Kind of seems to me like somebody was just kind of waiting for prime time. He brought his best out with the very first carry and's got us off and running.
2nd and manageable. He's throwing. On him quick, and they bring him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Now they send their back in motion right. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Scatteroo now from the gun. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. Just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
It's Scatteroo on 2nd down. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd down now. Here's Darks. Pushes it towards his running back, but it's going to wind up incomplete. It brings up 4th down. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
Takes it in at the 21. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 32.
Set, ready. Black and black.
Straight to the air here. It's Young. This is thrown towards a defender instead, and then he's the one who makes a play on the football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on 1st down.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
And they won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ball game.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
53. Smash, red. Green jack. Ready?
On 3rd down, it's Young. Gets his tight end on the corner route. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Panthers first.
First and 10 at the 49-yard
Ready.
line.
Ready.
Here's Hubbard on the give. Still has some space inside the 35. Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. No doubt about it, Brock. They are trying to take him out of this game from the start. And a touchdown on the opening drive, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, this is one of those situations, Kate, where you and I up here in this booth, we can hear it and we can feel it. This crowd senses an opportunity to dig those opponents an early hole that before long might become the grave their season rests in if they don't respond.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Running with Scannaboo. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Spoon here for Scannaboo. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Teammates notice when they got a guy willing to take it on the chin to get rid of the pass. That's a pass that's going to earn a lot of points with the other 10 players, not just today, but when they go back and watch that play on tape.
Throwing on 3rd, here's Dart. Pulled in by his back, Scannaboo. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the first. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
On their own side, but only need an inch or two here, so they're going for it. They'll go. Here's Dart. The defense seizing the opportunity. Great stop. They've got a turnover on downs, and they get their guys the ball in plus territory.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Ready, set.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38.
Set.
Off the play fake. It's Young. Finds his fullback. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
From a great throw to a nice route catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Clock, set.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd.
Here we go. Cut.
Hubbard again. And he's going to be stopped after a pickup of 9, and that's going to make it 1st and goal. One quarter gone in our opening round game of the NFC postseason. 7-0 is our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. Time for our 2nd quarter here, and the Panthers are thinking points.
Let's go now. Cut.
Back to the ground they go. Hubbard. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
50, green. Strikers, three. Ready.
Hubbard trying this up the gut. He's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. Call it 5 yards on that play. He gets them to the 2, 3rd and goal.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
One of the biggest snaps of this opening round of the postseason. Here comes 3rd and goal. And the run will not work. He is soft at the line. This is going to be 4th and short.
Like the final battle scene from a movie, Kate, 2 sides charging each other, and they meet right at that line. And they didn't have to try and backward, All they had to do was hold the line to go win that battle.
Yellow, 43. Ready.
They're going for it, Young. And the touchdown is there, but it's dropped in the end zone from elation to heartbreak. A turnover on downs.
Oh, there was so much good on that play. Right play call, good route, great throw, Kate. Just needed to make the catch. That's a situation you expect your guys to convert in every time.
There's a dive up the middle. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
Gained a little bit there. Kind of feels like a gain of nothing. You know why? Because you're still playing with your backs against the end zone. No real breathing room. No margin for error.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. On the handoff, here's Scatterboo. Shoots away from 1. He's tackled after a gain of about 6. It's 3rd down now.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Defense nearing a stop. Need to hold once more here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Dart. That one's caught by Mooney. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line. 6-yard gain on the play. And the Giants are going to have the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They give right side. It's Scatterboo. Well, he had to power through 1 tackle just to get back to the line that time.
I know we all love the big home run plays, the highlight reel plays, but as an offense, these are just the stay-on-schedule kind of plays. I love the commitment to this run game. Keep working that body, keep working that body, keep working that body, and eventually you could take the will away from your opponent.
Running back sent in motion left. Dart out of the shotgun. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Catch is made down the right sideline. Keeps himself upright. He will go! Touchdown, New York! The Giants can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level, because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here comes Xavier Leggett. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready, set.
Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Set.
This drive will begin with Hubbard. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Black shot. Come on, set.
Now we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. 2nd down now. They need 7.
Here we go, set. Red, 38. Set.
Out of the gun, Young. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. The rookie from Ohio State takes it away. 2nd down, they go pass here, and it's intercepted to kill the drive.
And that is one way defensively to get your teammates off the field. That was all about anticipation. Great move there by the defender to take it away and put his offense on the field.
And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Giants, 1st down.
Driving forward with Scattaboo. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. The Giants using their first time out.
2 yards.
As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
At the 30-yard line.
Out of the gun this time. Here's Dart. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Going with Scattaboo here on the ground. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little food.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Giants get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Jimmy Horn here on the return. Making some progress here. And he goes out of bounds to hand them excellent field position up across the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Tremble with the grab. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line. It's Young to throw here on 1st. On the move, past the 40. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Here we go. Here we go.
Young working from the gun. Hits him on the in route. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32.
Set, hut. You, yellow, red, 30. Set, hut.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Looking slant route, complete. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up first and goal.
You know, Kate, years ago, my old high school receiver and I got together for a football camp. I could still close my eyes and throw him that slant. We've done it millions of times. You get a QB receiver connection like that.
And he will take this across. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Fitzgerald up and good on the PAT. And the Panthers tie things up at 14.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's Tracy on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
On the return, the Giants take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. They're looking to throw. Caught by Theo Johnson. And he's going to be pushed down up near that 40-yard line.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First down.
And this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
The 38-yard line.
Back to throw it. Likely's got it right side. Get some space around midfield. And he's going to be driven out of bounds to end this second quarter, Brock. Defenders got there, but not before a pretty nice pickup. See if they can build off that in the second half. Brock, that was enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the second half of our wild card game gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, first and 10.
Ready?
Starting this third quarter, it's Hubbard. Get some space around midfield. And he's all the way across midfield down to inside that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Ready? Hut.
To the air on first down. Young vacates quickly left side. He's keeping it. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
22 needle. Come on. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Brings up second and 7.
To the 3-yard pickup, it's second and 7.
Here we ready.
Here's Young to throw. That one's complete right side. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Give them about 16 yards on that game, Brock, and it sets them up with first and goal.
Ready?
And goal to go.
52 blaster. Ready.
Play action now. Young. Near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Just a yard that time. They needed more, and now it's third and goal.
Ready.
Third and goal.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Let's go now. Black 40. Hut.
Brooks. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have fourth down coming up. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number one is?
Stop the run. He has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers take the lead right away in half number 2. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Going after is good by Fitzgerald. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Here's Tracy on the return. Shoots another one. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Giants lining things up. 1st and 10. Now it's Scattaboo. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Going right back to Scattaboo. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Here goes Dart to the air. Shakes himself free. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Finds Scattaboo on the dump off. And he has it right near midfield here. It's like about a yard short. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
To throw, here's Dart. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to 4th down. The Giants are set to punt. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10.
Set.
On play action, here's Young. Looking to his fullback now. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
17. Punt.
Young on the play action. That's caught by Hubbard. And it's picked up by the Giants. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, he was fighting off defenders, trying for the extra yards. You understand it, but might have been what cost him and opened the door for that fumble.
Okay, you and I both know this game has changed so much in our lifetimes. It's evolved in so many different ways. But I promise you, you go back to the 60s, 70s, and many of these fumbles occur just like that. You break one tackle, you let up just a little bit, and that next guy comes home and delivers the devastating blow.
Now Dart. Has him on the quick hitter. Escapes the defender. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped.
It's a gain of 11. And the Giants.
We're down to 1 quarter before we determine our wild card winner. The Giants have the ball, and they have work to do to save their playoff run. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Scatterboo. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Scatterboo now from the gun. And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Giants now trail by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Ready, triple 38.
Hubbard gets it to start the drive. Runs around him, he's got space. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they need to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Panthers first.
Ready. Yellow, 20, 43 rail.
Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And some solid running here as he gets him 8 yards there into the red zone.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Completed out to the left on that quick throw. And he's going to be out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, partner. That's where they're going to be set up for this 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Makes the catch. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take a 4th quarter lead. This is Fitzgerald trying to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Giants 21.
Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. And And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. They'll go play action. Here's Dart. Someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Lathan Ransom has it. And the Panthers have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
Not an overwhelming amount of running room available, but he made what he could through the traffic on the pick. Everything he got them, just a bonus really anyway. They were certainly satisfied by simply getting off the field.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
A.J. Dillon the target there out of the backfield. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
Here we go. Cut.
On 3rd down, it's Young. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
10 black. Opposite. Green.
Counterplay, Hubbard. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
Really 2 elements needed to hit big on this play, Kate. Number 1, you got to sell it. Right? You really got to sell and get that defense moving, and then secondly, you got to execute. You got to get a body on a body so that running back can get loose.
1st and goal, Hubbard. There he goes again. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. An 8-yard pickup, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Ready.
Looking for it with Brooks. And he has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. Fitzgerald up and good on the PAT. And the Panthers double their lead to 14. Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Here we go, set. Cougar 19. Go, Rick, go.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Dart from the pistol. Hits his running back. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Hey, 70 Lions.
Rolling on 3rd, here's Dart. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs. First down from the 42. Here's a give to Hubbard. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
The tackle by Micah McFadden. A 7-yard pickup.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte.
At the 36-yard
Panthers nearing a win here with a 14-point lead. On second down, it's Hubbard again. And he's just a little bit short of that first down. They stop him at the 33.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Down. Check White. 33.
They run again with Hubbard. Here he goes again. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
To me, now is the time to step on the gas, and you see this more and more in today's game, and it's the right move. Get that explosive run, get right back to the line of scrimmage, and don't let this defense breathe.
Now, they don't need points anymore, Brock, but can they resist piling on? Let's see. It's 1st and goal. Back to the ground they go. Hubbard. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Let's go now. 10 black.
So the Panthers pick up the win here. As one side leaves dejected, another can finally, at least briefly, Brock, relax here. Their playoff run extending.